most famous Vietnamese food or breakfast starts always with coffee. Coffee in Vietnam is absolutely different. This is my first meal consisting of rice, fish and some vegetables. Next day in Hanoi at the street I got some combination of rice and some additions. So it cost me 50,000 dong. It comes with a little soup also. Generally speaking, Vietnamese cuisine doesn't win any points for complexity. Many of the most popular dishes can be made just as well on the side of the road as in a top-end restaurant. For example, famous is bún chả. Vietnamese eat bún chả at the lunchtime and at the breakfast. And of course in Southeastern Asia you cannot avoid noodle soup with pork. And this is the shop, and I decided to glance at the variety of different food which I cannot find in other countries, for example in Thailand. And these are some breads in with different flavors. I like them. Honey, it costs this price. You have to buy the whole bottle, 1 liter. I don't know about it's natural or not. Next I tried ice cream with cheese flavor. Well, the taste is very kind of weird. I didn't like it. And here I tried some pork in very glutinous porridge, rice porridge with cucumbers and pieces of sausages. It's very tasty, but then I asked if it's a pork or maybe it's a dog, because I saw some dog fried on the street, but people told me it's a pork. Another famous and most popular food even for tourists in Vietnam is Banh Mi. Basically it's a sandwich. The French may have brought with them the baguette, but Vietnam takes it to a different level. How exactly depends on what end of the country you're in. In the north, chefs stick to the basic elements of carbohydrate, fat and protein, bread, margarine and pata. But head south and your banh mi may contain a more colorful combination of cheese, cold cuts, pickled vegetables, sausage, fried egg, fresh cilantro and chili sauce. It was nice to walk around Hanoi in search of a different food. So this combination cost me 70,000 dong. I took everything I wanted, and actually I didn't expect it to be that much expensive. Well, it was expensive for my budget. If you ask what is a typical Vietnamese food, then it comes to mind mon man, or main dishes to eat with rice. Fish or seafood, meat, tofu, grilled, boiled, steamed, stewed or stir-fried with vegetables, sauteed, boiled or raw fresh green vegetables, can, a clear broth with vegetables and often meat or seafood or other kinds of soup. But commonly it's considered that pho is the national dish of Vietnam. It is sold everywhere from nice restaurants to street corners where grandmothers set up makeshift kitchens. Pho, or basically a noodle soup. This is a goi kuon, if I pronounce it correctly. These light and healthy fresh spring rolls are a wholesome choice when you've been indulging in too much of the fried food in Vietnam. The translucent parcels are first packed with salad greens, a slither of meat or seafood, and a layer of coriander, before being neatly rolled and dumped in Vietnam's favorite condiment, fish sauce. Next, on the same lane, what draws my attention is some strange food red. I thought at first glance it's raw meat, but no, it's actually a red jellyfish, a seasonal delicacy in Hanoi. Pickled jellyfish wrapped with fried tofu in a perilla leaf is definitely not a traditional Hanoian delicacy, as the dish originated in coastal areas. However, every year during the cool late springtime and early summer, Hanoians find themselves craving raw jellyfish dipped into mam tom, savory, funky shrimp paste. In late spring, beach, a snack seller at Mo Market, an ancient fresh market in the capital, starts arranging some small stools around plastic tables. She carefully puts a ceramic pot containing transparent reddish water in front of the stall. It's now the red jellyfish season, which local culinary connoisseurs have been waiting for. Red jellyfish here! I sell red jellyfish. Beach enthusiastically introduced her specialty to market goers. Should you give it a try, helping me to start a prosperous day? She offered, putting baskets of herbs, namely Vietnamese balm and perilla, next to dishes of perfectly grilled tofu, crunchy from outside, soft, juicy from the inside, and a plate of sliced coconut pieces. Pickled red jellyfish is among the staples of Hanoi's cuisine. One may put a leaf of perilla on one hand, layer it with a slice of coconut, herbs, some pieces of red jelly, wrap them up, and dunk them into a tiny bowl of shrimp paste. Except for the dipping sauce, each of the ingredients doesn't have a very impressive taste. However, their combination gives off a fresh feeling and strange texture, surprising their dinners and urging them to have another bite. Fishermen in the coastal localities of Haiphong and Quang Ninh catch jellyfish, then soak them in special water along with roots and barks of bruguiera, a type of mangrove trees. The pickling process helps jellyfish eliminate inner water, makes them crunchier and gives them a glossy reddish color. I would call it Vietnamese sushi. What Vietnamese eat most? Rice is the staple of the diet, consumed in some form in almost every meal. For Vietnamese adults, all three meals of the day may consist of steamed rice with side dishes or vegetables or fish or meat. Vietnamese are hard non-vegetarians and cook meat and sausages everywhere. Agreed, this grilled chicken looks amazing. I guess she sells pickled bamboo, or yes, it's pickled bamboo. I can name 9 foods that Vietnamese eat for breakfast. Pho or noodle soup, bun, rice vermicelli, mien, cellophane noodles or glass noodles, xoy, sticky rice, banh mi, Vietnamese bread or sandwiches, banh cuon, rice, flour steamed rolls, chow, congee or porridge, and trung quýt, lon or balut. Last place I dropped by before leaving Vietnam and Hanoi was a little restaurant with cute chef. So she attracted my attention and I decided to sit and eat what she cooked. And it was actually soup. Basically, I don't understand what's on menu and I just pointed with my finger. And she cooked some food, some rice, some noodle soup. At first I thought it's a vegetarian soup, but then I found some pieces of seafood inside and costed me around 50,000 dong.